Hey guys, Engineer Wannabe here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the York in Front Burrard. So this is really one of my first full-on interactions with a microbrand. Just so you guys know, I was given the opportunity to see this by one of a fellow reviewer uh, who lives nearby in Toronto. And he asked me if I wanted to check it out. I said yeah, and since then I've had the opportunity to speak to Henry, the one of the co-founders of York and Front Watches, and he's a really pleasant guy. But just so you know, like all this backstory is just so you know where I'm coming from. These aren't my watches. I've had them for about 2 weeks. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Before that, I'll do a usual wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my Grand Seiko SBGY003 on a JB Forstner Beads of Rice bracelet. You guys have seen this multiple times on my wrist, so in this spec. But yeah, went to church today, and it was a really hot, as you can probably tell, it's a hot and humid day. So this on the bracelet was probably the dressiest thing I could do. Didn't really want to do a sailcloth strap, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at these watches. All right, guys, so I had the opportunity to take a look at both the black and the white Burrards. So the diameter of this watch is 38 millimeters. Its lug to lug is 43 millimeters. Its lug width is 20 millimeters, and it is 12 millimeters thick. It's also 65 grams in weight on the supplied leather straps. So this watch is marketed as a go anywhere, do anything kind of watch, and it really is one of those watches. It does that job really well. Let's take a look at the dial here. There's so much to talk about, and I really like this watch, but we'll get into that afterwards as well. But if you look at the dial, you can see that the indices are applied, and on the black and the white dials, they have a brushed finish, these indices. That's a really great thing, because with the black dials, if these were polished indices, they would have completely disappeared into the dial in certain angles. And I'm so glad that they went with a brush finish, because it's so legible. The hands are fully brushed as well, which is another design point that I am very grateful for. And because they're brushed, they're very visible. They also have lume on them. The lume really isn't that great. Just from me using the watch day to day and going into a dark room, say when I'm tucking my kids into bed, chances are it's not charged well enough for me to use. And it may just be these models, but I haven't had the greatest luck with this lume. It is there though, and if you know to charge the lume before you might need it, it might come in handy. But you can see that with this black dial, the minutes track is actually white, and that does give this an interesting look. And it also makes the watch play even smaller than it is. So this 38 millimeter size is perfect for my 6.25 inch wrist. And the black dial with the white minute track makes the watch appear even smaller, and so it's just really nice. And I really enjoy the way this watch wears. But let's move on to the case and the finishing here. The bezel, of course, is polished. And you have brushed lugs, vertically brushed, and on the sides the case is brushed as well. But you have these bevels that come down, become more exaggerated, and they cut in the front of the lugs. It is kind of a slab side, unlike with Seiko designs. You have a lot of features on the side of the case that make the watch wear thinner. This kind of sits true to its size, so it's 12 millimeters thick, and it feels 12 millimeters thick. It has presence because it's a slab side. Another part of the hardware that I really appreciate is this buckle. It's really nice. You have a brushed buckle, and you have those polished bevels on the sides as well. And you can see that this is not just any old stamped buckle. It's machined, and it's got a cutout so that the strap sits comfortably, or the buckle sits comfortably on the strap. So it's not going to stick out like some buckles do. I really like the everything about this buckle. There's a very small engraving of York in front, which cuts into the polished area, which does give it some charm, I think. Let's talk a bit about this movement. This is my first encounter with the STP 111 movement. This one has no date, which is really nice. So there's no ghost date position either. I do like the fact that this watch doesn't have a date in general. Um, and I'm not too sure about this movement. It winds a little weirdly. It feels like there's a bit of wobble going on. I don't know if it's because it's a review model and it's exchanged hands a few times, but when you wind it, there's a bit of wobble. I did run into an issue with the white model as well. That I'm not sure. I don't believe it's the movement. It seems like the seconds hand does stick onto the minute hand. That's my theory, at least. So the watch does stop. Again, keep in mind, these are review models. Let's talk a bit about this brand. I was really keen about this because it's a Toronto-based watch company. I'm in Canada, in Toronto, and I like York in front. The place, it's a major intersection in downtown Toronto, so kind of where the main transit hub of the city is, and I really like the script. I really like the design. Everything about the typeface, the font, the script. If you take a look at this case back, I love this logo. It's so elegant. It's so well done, which is really rare. I don't like a lot of logos of a lot of microbrands, at the risk of sounding snobby, because I don't mean to be. But York in front had the opportunity of falling flat on its face because it's an intersection in a town, in a city, but everything here has been executed so well, and I think this is a really strong brand for me, because I'm an idiot who cares about these things, I guess. But I really like it. I like the logo. I like the typeface. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they come up with, and I hope this brand is a brand that keeps going. And I'm definitely very seriously considering adding this black Burrard to my collection. If you guys don't know me too well, I'm kind of in like a watch fast right now. I haven't purchased a watch in 32 days, 33. um, but anyway, that's a whole aside. I really enjoyed this watch. I mean, I didn't even talk about the crown and how it's signed. It's such a beautiful relief polishing on the crown. You can feel it with your fingers. The background is bead blasted. It's really well done. There's a lot of attention to detail with this watch. I I'm not too sure about this movement. I haven't had any issues with the black one. Let me point that out. It keeps time really well. It's so in my experience, it's been around plus 2 seconds a day, whether it's resting or on my wrist. I find it seems to be very consistent. So timekeeping is great. I will give it that. It's just the way it winds and the feeling that I get from it. Just so you know, maybe it's me, but I am not sold on this movement. But anyway, guys, I'm starting to ramble on. This, I think, is a great watch company. I really like the owners. Um, Henry actually appeared on one of my Saturday night live streams. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description. Also, go check out Time to Go, a YouTube channel's review on this piece, and Half Past Blog. They did some great reviews on these guys, and so I am gonna leave links in the description for that as well. But you guys check those out. They're far better reviewers than I am. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's those are my thoughts on the York in front Burrard. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I will definitely try to help you out in answering them. Or if you want to chat, leave a comment. But yeah, guys, I hope you're well. I hope you take care. And remember, guys, time is short. You are worth it. I appreciate you, and I hope you're doing well and you're having a good day. All right, guys, take care. Stay safe out there. Bye.